No intro. This movie sucks. Kung Fu Panda 4 looks at its characters and punches them in the face. It grabs the continuity and dropkicks it. It takes its ugly, greasy hands around the plot and squeezes the nuance, dramatic tension, comedy, and any shred of thematic consistency out to its death. And I won't stand for it. The plot is insane. Master Shifu informs Po that he must pick a successor to become the Dragon Warrior so Po can become the spiritual leader in the Valley of Peace. What the heck are you talking about, Shifu? Why does Po have to stop being the Dragon Warrior? Why does he have to appoint a successor? There wasn't a Dragon Warrior when Po was chosen. Why does there need to be one now, since you're so bent on Po becoming the spiritual leader? Yeah, the spiritual leader, huh, Shifu? What do you mean by that? What religion are you? Shifu meditates a lot and talks about inner peace, but at no point does he give any direction to Po. It makes it seem like Shifu has control issues, jealousy of Po's position, and he can't find inner peace. You know that thing from the second movie? Anyway, Po is going to pick a new Dragon Warrior, but he chooses himself. He doesn't want to relinquish the title. Also, the Furious Five are in this movie, thank goodness. They are off doing, hopefully, much better things. Probably acting in a better movie. Po is thinking about food when he sees someone sneaking into the Jade Palace, stealing stuff. But, unfortunately for Po, it's not just a thief, it's Aquafina, as a fox. They have a fight that was embarrassing, but thank goodness our hero protagonist, magical Dragon Warrior, beats her eventually. She gets thrown into jail, but Po realizes that he needs her help in order to find the Chameleon, a magical shapeshifter who is evil. And it was here, 6 freaking minutes into the movie, I realized that this new fox, this corrupt, thieving fox, was going to be Po's pick for the new Dragon Warrior. There is so much stupid in this movie. I'm going to run through a few things very fast. Po and Aqua Fox go to a tavern and have a fight with everyone there. They leave on a boat to go to the big city to find the Chameleon. Po's dads are following him because they don't believe in him or his abilities. They go to the same tavern and literally destroy the place to obtain the information about where Po went. Both of Po's dads eventually teleport to the city to look for him. Fox takes Po into the underground crime syndicate sewer block, and they rest for the night. When they first show up, everyone there wants to kill Fox just as much as I did, but unfortunately, Po cleverly convinces them to let her go. I'm lying, obviously. It was not clever. It was a pitiful joke. Also, Po is shocked to see her on a wanted poster. He can't believe Fox is a wanted criminal. Po, what are you smoking? You saw her steal from the Jade Palace right in front of you. She was stealing in the tavern. You saw her rob the corpses of the people in the tavern. How are you shocked she is on a wanted poster? It's ironic because she actually shouldn't even be on a wanted poster if the Chameleon really is in charge of the city. But moving on. The next day, Po and Fox sneak into the Chameleon's castle. And it is here you realize Po never needed Fox's help. The Chameleon runs the city. She has a palace. It's huge. You can't miss it. Anyway, Po goes in to defeat the Chameleon and stop her from making iron cages. Okay, so I can't take it anymore. I've just got to explain this twist here. Fox, you know, our wonderful new companion which we didn't need to find the Chameleon. Well, guess what? She's a bad guy, and she's working with the Chameleon to steal Po's staff. And Po is stunned by this. Po, what are you sipping? How are you surprised? The only reason she agreed to help you is because she was in prison, and you allowed her to get out. You have taken over a day to get here. She could have left at any time, especially in the middle of the city. Also, you guys slept last night. She could have escaped then. And now, remember all of the underground criminals wanted to kill her? Well, the reason they wanted to kill her is because she left them to work with the chameleon, and they hated that. But somehow, no one let Po know that. And the supremely retarded thing is, Fox shouldn't have even considered taking Po down there to begin with. Why would she risk letting Po find out she is in league with the chameleon? So much stupid. None of this needed to happen. But oh no, Fox is a big bad guy because she works with the chameleon. And man, the chameleon is one of the dumbest villains I've seen in a long... Okay, never mind. She is exactly the same amount of stupid as the last ones I've seen. I'm going to explain her villain story and motivations to you, and you're not going to believe me. It is a special kind of stupid. She says that she always wanted to learn Kung Fu, but she was always rejected because, and I quote, she was too small and lowly. What the heck do you mean? We've seen Kung Fu masters your size and smaller, but because she was rejected and cast out, she became a sorceress instead. But that's not it. She only became a sorceress to obtain Kung Fu. She can transform herself into anyone she touches, but she does not gain their Kung Fu abilities. Thank goodness. That would be stupid. That's why she needs the staff. Po's staff. Huh? Why would that make any difference, you ask? Well, dear viewer, you simple-minded figure, able to understand the basics of storytelling techniques. Obviously, it's because it's the blood moon coming up. And when it's a blood moon and you're a sorceress and you have a magical staff, you can open up a portal to the spirit world and summon anyone at will to come out, and then you can use your magical tongue to take away their Kung Fu. Yes, I am with you. This is some of the most cooked stupid I have ever eaten. Let's unpack a small portion of it. Firstly, the blood moon totally came out of nowhere, and I am not entirely sure it's even needed to open up the portal to the spirit world, but it is needed for some reason, I'm just not sure what. Secondly, how does the chameleon know how to open a portal to the spirit world? Po hasn't done it that we've seen yet. How would someone who has just obtained it be able to open portals this soon? Thirdly, why are you able to perform a summoning spell to anyone from the spirit world? This seems insane to me. And if it is possible, Po could use it for Master Oogway or any good guy who died in a battle. Fourthly, how is the chameleon able to steal Kung Fu powers with her tongue? This is infinitely worse than the cheese stealing that Kai did in the last movie. She is able to physically steal abilities from people after she literally said she already has everyone's bodies. So apparently, she is stealing their memories and training. But if that's what she's doing, why couldn't she have done that to Po earlier? Man, it just keeps going. Fifthly, not a single person fights back except for Tai Long. After she has finished the big tongue suck on probably 100 Kung Fu masters and Shen, for some reason, we are left with everyone being locked up in a cage, unable to fight, with the only ones free being Po, Fox, and the chameleon. Gosh, I'll get to the final fight eventually, but first I have to tell you another stupid thing the movie does. Fox and the chameleon are talking, and suddenly Fox realizes that the chameleon has been using her to accomplish her plans. And it's treated like a massive life-changing revelation. What? I've been used. I freaking lost it. I understood this concept at about age 4. My friend says, I choose you, baby giraffe, to be on my team. I don't have an existential crisis on the dodgeball field. Oh my, he just chose me because he was using me. How underdeveloped is your brain, Fox? This leads to Fox teaming up with Po because, of course, which leads into the final fight. The chameleon transforms into a giant creature made up of different body parts of all the resurrected Kung Fu masters and Shen. Po fights as best as he can, but gets trapped in a cage, and Fox is left to finish the fight. And apparently, after Fox defeats the chameleon, because of course, Po gets out of the cage by himself. It's presented as an, oh, I believed you could do it kind of thing. But in reality, there is more at play here. Po, you just risked her life. You could have at least helped her. And most importantly, you risked countless lives, leaving the chameleon free to keep fighting. This isn't a tag team fight. Everything is on the line here. You must stop the chameleon. But they do. Po takes away the chameleon's powers, I think, and all of the resurrected Kung Fu masters and Shen willingly return to the spirit world, including freaking Kai. You know, the guy who spent over 500 years fighting in order to leave? He willingly walks back in. This is one extra large stupid pizza. And of course, Po chooses Fox to become the Dragon Warrior because of course he does. No, don't choose Tigress, don't choose her. You know, the one who was trained your whole life for this? Your very close friend who has risked her life on multiple occasions? No, he chooses the freaking Fox. The thieving Fox. The mentally deficient Fox. The plot gets a 2 out of 10. I apologize. I totally stopped talking about Po's dads. But they suck in this movie. They teleport twice. Once from the tavern to the city, which admittedly is fine. I'm mostly just upset that we had to have a stupid scene explaining how Po and Fox get across the water just to not show how Po's dads do it. But the second time they teleport, they are on the side of a cliff. There is no way they could escape a very certain death. No. I take it back. They teleport a third time when they get to the edge of the cliff to save Po from dying from fall damage. Oh man, let's just move on to characters. Let's start with Shifu. And I would like to start with establishing how great of a character he was once upon a dream.
You will beat him because you are the Dragon Warrior. Ow! But now I ask you to trust in your master as I have come to trust in mine. But I can change you. I can turn you into the Dragon Warrior, and I will evacuate the valley. You must protect the villagers from Tai Lung's rage.
What about you, Master?
I will fight him.
But Shifu, he'll kill you.
Then I will finally have paid for my mistake. I am very proud to have been your master. Give me the scroll. I would rather die. I have always been proud of you. From the first moment, I've been proud of you. And it was my pride that blinded me. I loved you too much to see what you were becoming. What I was turning you into. I'm sorry.
And now, he has been reduced to an overbearing, whiny grump who is jealous that Oogway chose Po to be his successor instead of him. Shifu has so much room to grow as a character. I want to see him mentor Po, not whine about meditating all the time. I want to see him teach more people Kung Fu. I want him to keep mentoring the Furious Five and see how he impacts the lives of the citizens in the Valley of Peace. Or for goodness sake, you could let him die in a way that's inspiring and affects the rest of our characters. But I don't think I can even handle another movie with this Shifu. Po is a complete moron. He is lied to and tricked by Fox multiple times. He risked people's lives by sitting out on the final fight, and him choosing Fox to be the Dragon Warrior made me so mad. I would have liked it better if he broke the fourth wall and pointed at the camera and said something stupid like, "I choose you as the Dragon Warrior." Can you even imagine living in the Valley of Peace and hearing that your so-called spiritual mentor has made a wanted criminal the Dragon Warrior? Po is an embarrassment. And something that I just now realized is that Po sent all those Kung Fu masters to the spirit world. That means he killed all of those people. I don't think the movie knows that it implied that. Just add that to the pile of things this movie does to Po's character. I can't talk about Fox. I can't do it. She is horrible. Please don't make another Kung Fu Panda movie with her. Please don't watch this one. You know what? I'm being too upset. If DreamWorks apologizes to the world for making this abomination of a character and makes a different version of this movie that takes her out completely, I'll take back all my criticisms of her character. Because man, every decision she makes in this darn movie is awful. She sees a pile of unconscious people and dives in to steal their money. Po's parents get no character development. In fact, they are now overprotecting dads who didn't believe Po could defeat the chameleon. Their side quest is played for laughs, but it failed spectacularly and only made me sad they were even in the film. As said before, the chameleon falls right in place with the worst villains in modern entertainment. She has abilities that we don't understand, some she doesn't use when she should, a motivation and plan that are so stupid it's hard to fathom. She couldn't find someone to teach her Kung Fu when she was younger, so she dedicated herself to learn witchcraft instead, because the school for witchcraft was more accepting than the Kung Fu school apparently. And now that she's older and has power, she decides to steal Po's staff, wait for a blood moon, open a portal to the spirit world, resurrect all the people from the dead, and then steal their Kung Fu abilities. But you know what might have been easier? Just pay someone to teach you Kung Fu. Characters gets a 2 out of 10. Next will have to be comedy. Most of the humor I can see some children liking. Most of it was pathetic and dragged either the plot or characters to a watery grave, but some was not as bad as that. I liked 2 jokes very much. One was a fish captain who lived inside of a pelican's mouth. It was a very clever joke. I didn't quite know why the pelican was acting so strange, and when the fish popped out of its mouth, I lost it. Top tier. The second one was not as clever, but it did make me laugh. Po had just fought off a bunch of guards, and they were all lying on the floor, some dead maybe, some of them seriously injured. Po gets captured, and the chameleon says something to the effect of, "Now I can become the most powerful Kung Fu master of all time!" And the guards who are on the ground, severely injured, start to cheer, "Yay!" But it's so lackluster because they are all lying on the ground and don't have any energy. I wasn't expecting it, and it made the scene 10 times better because of it. On a whole, though, the comedy was trash. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. There were a few things I wanted to mention before I leave. Number 1, please don't watch this stupid movie. Alright, that was it. I'm giving Kung Fu Panda 4 a disgusting 2 out of 10.
What is it you're holding?
That woman.
Nice going.
Ain't your cousins?